The following podcast is a W2M Network original production. Visit W2Mnet.com for all of our other great podcasts, plus news, reviews, articles, and opinions from the worlds of wrestling, video games, football, and entertainment.
Es que tu cuerpo es pura adrenalina que por dentro me atrapa, me tiene al borde de la locura. Es que tu cuerpo es pura adrenalina que por dentro me atrapa, me tiene al borde de la locura. Sube la adrenalina, sube la adrenalina, sube la adrenalina, sube la adrenalina.
Hello and welcome to another World Cup edition of Soccer to the Max, and we have final groups for half of the tournament now. Groups A through D have been finalized. Some people are angry, some people are joyous, some teams have been hard done by. It's all that goes down in the cruelty that is the World Cup. And of course, I am your host, Sean Garmer, and here with me, as always, Mr. Erik Watkins.
You know, technology in a boring job makes it great, so where you can be able to watch two games simultaneously and not have to worry about anything.
Nice. Nice way to use the employment for further joyous things. And our resident Russian still getting to enjoy that second round.
Getting to enjoy that second round. You said some are angry, some are happy. Some, like me, the resident Russian, are just content.
Just content she is. And we found out it's going to be Russia and Spain. A matchup
boy.
A matchup that may not work that great for Spain. And Uruguay and Portugal that, that could be one of those, 5 red cards are happening, or Portugal gets pissed at Uruguay's defense and Suarez goes crazy, and who knows? Who knows? Lots of crazy stuff could happen, but honestly, Russia played Uruguay, and you know what? For parts of that game, they looked good. They were going offensively. They were trying. But they were playing also right into Uruguay's hands of defend and counter. And they were able to light them up for 3 goals. Both Suarez and Cavani scored. And Uruguay win 3-0. I don't know.
That last goal, though, the third one, was basically like a fluke goal, because there really was nothing Igor Akinfeev could have done. I don't think Cavani hit the first shot, but somebody hit a shot, and then he saved it and immediately bounced right to Cavani, and there was nothing else that could have been done. So I don't think members of the media are quite getting it right when they say that Uruguay dominated the whole game, because I don't think they did. I think for being down to 10 men, Russia didn't have a good first half. But in the second half, they were a lot better. And at times, they were the better team. I personally believe that there was some questionable refereeing. I think that Artem Zazuba got fouled in the box, and I think that should have been a penalty kick for Russia. But I feel like there should have been a little more than just one yellow card given to Uruguay's side. Half of the stuff that Russia was being called for, Uruguay was doing on the following play. So, but hey, it's the knockout rounds for the first time in a long time. So we'll take it.
What do you think, Erik? Penalty?
I could have made the argument for a penalty, and I noticed that really throughout the past couple of days that started to be a bit of a theme, but I can also understand that outside of that particular moment, the match really didn't matter. You don't want a whole big mess, which kind of inevitable, especially with the number of penalties that have been called. So it's like, there's bigger ones that I could have made a fuss about. For that one in that game, Russia. They played their hearts out. Well, Suarez and Cavani finally got to click, and they're starting to peak. So it's like, just let that one be whatever.
I think Fedor Smolov did much better in this match than he did in the first match. Can't really say much about the second one because I think he came on for like 12 minutes or so. But I think he did a lot better this time. And I think with the red card that was given to one of Russia's midfielders, I think that they're probably going to put Smolov in the starting lineup against Spain. I don't see why they wouldn't. I just really want him to get a goal in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult when you go down a man like 30 minutes in, but also don't be making dumb challenges when you know that you have a yellow card. But
that first yellow card should have never been pulled out. I'm sorry, I don't know if y'all agree or not, but that second one, yes, I totally agree with it. The first one, no way in hell.
I can kind of side with you on that for the first one. It was kind of ticky-tacky, but yeah. That second one was worthy of a yellow. It just so happened to make it a red. Them's the breaks.
Yeah, certainly. And I mean, Russia technically did score one of the goals, as Cheryshev has an own goal for the second one.
Does that count for his golden boot race?
No, own goal still leads the golden boot race with 6.
Yeah, I don't know if that's sad or that's.
Hey, it's another record that's broken, or at least tied. So there's that.
Yeah, Suarez scores on the 10th minute. Cavani scores on the 90th. It makes sense for Uruguay. I think this is Uruguay's best game, partially wise. Having the man advantage helps, but also I think, again, Russia was actually playing to attack, which Egypt and Saudi Arabia were not. So it caused Uruguay to have to just clamp down and go, all right, we're going to do what we got to do. They waited till the end to get their goal against Egypt. They got it sort of early against Saudi Arabia on a miscue, on a set piece, and then you finally kind of got the Uruguay you're sort of used to seeing at times. But will be interesting against Portugal how they set out and what happens here if you get a more free-flowing game or a more kind of shut it down and get lucky game. And I don't know, Russia might have to get defensive against Spain because actually not, because Morocco played their style and they gave Spain a hell of a game. So maybe Russia just needs to keep doing what they're doing and maybe they can surprise Spain.
Yeah, but no lone strikers anymore. Erik, please help me here. We need to get Stanislav Cherchesov's attention and tell him no more lone strikers. I get Artem's like 6'5", but still.
Well, no, I have to agree, especially against Spain, especially with how they love possession, how they love to exploit every mistake out wide. You need 2 strikers. You're going to have some sort of through play to a pair up front to try to break down that Spanish defense and attack. Plain and simple.
Well, but also, Spain has shown they had some leaky defense against Morocco. A team that actually tried to go out and play against them. We saw Portugal do their thing and put 3 goals on Spain. So, goals are there for Russia. Can they keep goals out of the net for Spain is the bigger question.
It's possible. I mean, it's very, very possible because with some of those with Spain, you have to admit, yes, it's great play. Yes, it's holding on to the ball, but it's just clinical finishing. If you can get that right line to try to press them, make them pass even more in the midfield, and then take your opportunities to strike. You just said yourself, let the leaky defense do its job.
I mean, the Uruguay game, too, was a Russia team without Alexander Golovin, who has been, aside from Denis Cheryshev, has been their best player of the whole tournament. He has been the most versatile midfielder that they have so far. So getting him back and getting him into the attack, he's well rested now against Spain, is going to be beneficial for them. And I mean, Igor Akinfeev hasn't been bad this tournament. I don't think he faced many shots against Saudi Arabia, but he made a couple good saves against Egypt, and he made a couple really good ones against Uruguay too. So, yeah.
Well, no, yeah, definitely having your creative man back in the mix is going to improve things for Russia. And we also got to remember, VAR made a huge thing happen for Spain by overturning what was originally an offside call, and then they gave Aspas the goal because they had showed that he was onside. So
VAR, that was the situation where VAR got it right.
Yeah, VAR did get it right there. VAR also got it right with the Iran and Portugal game as well. For me, I thought that Iran was rightfully given a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Quaresma had a fantastic goal. Probably the only time you'll really hear his name being called, because that's kind of what he does. He just shows up, does one thing, and then you never hear from him again. But
for him, that was a perfect moment, because just like how everybody's talking about, someone else other than Messi, someone else other than Neymar, Ronaldo's carrying the team, Quaresma is just like, well, since you're the reason I'm the reason that you have the goatee to begin with, wha-bam, let me do you a favor, and then I'll disappear.
Yeah, and Portugal was given a penalty, which Ronaldo's penalty was saved. So not only Messi had a bad penalty, but Ronaldo has as well now, when he could have put the game away.
Aim high. It's statistically proven over 90% effective, and that's taking account for human error.
Don't aim in the middle.
No, not even aim at the middle. The best possible penalty to take is if you can get enough force to get the ball going at 80 miles an hour, either upper 90. Either way, it is out of the keeper's reach, no matter how they dive, no matter how big they are. I've seen this happen. But no, you're Ronaldo, you got this, you figure you're finally giving your girl that big rock, you can afford to stick around. Look at what happened, CR7. Jesus.
Somebody didn't watch Harry Kane.
Yeah, he didn't watch enough Harry Kane, who's now the Golden Boot leader, thanks to Ronaldo's miss. And, yeah, I mean, things got really, really hairy at the end, because Iran had about 2 or 3 different times they could have had a penalty. It was not given either time until the end, where he was given a penalty. He steps up, hits it, and in the 94th minute, Tarami's right there in front of goal, and his shot hits the side netting, and you're going, oh my god, that was so freaking close. Portugal almost got eliminated, but they survive. And again, as we mentioned, they go on to face Uruguay, which could be very difficult for them. I was sitting there going, man, Iran's about to do this thing, and I felt really bad for them.
I mean,
so close.
One of the teams, there was a few teams where this happened over the past few days. You just see them playing their heart out, and you just want one last kind of feel.
Also, I felt like the referee was kind of shitty. He could have given them 2 more minutes, and he called it early.
Well, because in that case, true. Because let's face it, all the games really didn't end simultaneously in a lot of situations, and Those extra 2 minutes probably wouldn't have made that much of a difference in the grand scheme. Damage was already done. Mm.
They don't take that into account when it comes to extra time anyway. I'm just like, to me, if there's a player that's obviously just laying on the ground, wasting time, you got to put that time back on the clock. Also, like, there was the penalty decision, the VAR, the fouls, like, you had a sub. It's just, he could have at least given another couple minutes, and it was just like, let's just call it. And it's like, all right. If I'm Iran, I'm kind of feeling a little hard done by there, especially when we had the biggest clear chance to almost win it and everything. But it is what it is, as there will be more controversy with VAR as we get into more games here. Honestly, Group C, I love the fact that Peru got to go out there. Paulo Guerrero got to get a goal. Carrillo had a wonderful strike as well. They got to show for their country and win one. For all the fans that came out there to Russia and supported, because a lot of these European fans, other than Iceland, it's like, where the hell have you been? Like, y'all are the closest to Russia, and South America's outdoing you, and Mexico's outdoing you. How shitty is that?
Well, that's because they have more people in some cases. Plus, for a lot of these other European countries, it's like, okay, they just don't feel like making the trip. I mean, honestly.
Still think that's shitty. Like, World Cup happens every 4 years. Get your ass out there.
Exactly. I would have loved to have been there, and then on the side, fake like I'm being a World Cup player, try to get a woman or get a piece of a woman winning 3 million rubles and a lifetime supply of Whoppers, go out, enjoy the vodka, enjoy the scenery. I wouldn't mind doing that and cheering on a team. But apparently I'm in the minority in that case.
Oof. Hey, not gonna blame you for trying there, Eric. You gotta do what you gotta do. You get over there. But, you know what? I am gonna blame Denmark and France for just pulling out just a shitter of a game. Like,
Did
what the hell?
Did I not tell you? You got on me saying, oh no, we wouldn't have a repeat of West Germany, Austria 82. They wouldn't let that happen again. No way that could happen. What exactly happened? The first 0-0 of the whole damn tournament, and that's what produced it. This is twice now, Sean. Twice. I'm remembering this.
Okay. You got me there, sir. You got me there. No, but honestly, you can just act like Denmark-France didn't happen, because neither one really wanted to do anything. They both knew, we draw. We know what Peru's going to do. Don't even bother about the other game. Let's just draw, get it over with. Both people go through. All right, big deal, move on. Denmark probably feels like they have a chance against another European nation in Croatia. I don't know if France might wind up getting screwed. Especially because, honestly, I've not been France is supposed to be one of the favorites, and I've not been impressed by France at all.
Heard that.
No.
They look stagnant. They don't play as a team. It's a bunch of dudes going out there, kicking the ball around. Granted, they were subbing players in this game, but it's just like, I don't know.
They pretty much put like a B- team out against Denmark because they really didn't have to care. But you're right. I mean, you have Mbappe showing flashes, Pogba in the second match showing his individual flashes when he cared and being on the ball. But there's very little cohesion in this unit, and they're primed to be exposed.
And honestly, I feel like Argentina might have gotten the spark that they needed, and this might set them up on a run. Honestly, especially the way France has been playing, they could be had. Argentina's there to grab. I do find it interesting, this whole Sampaoli thing of like, dude doesn't celebrate with the team. He basically just runs off to the to the, dressing room after. I mean, he's celebrating the goal and stuff, but it's just...
Yeah, well, that's because he knew better. The whole big lead up, and we even talked about this on the last podcast, was who's really in charge? Who's really running the team and picking lineups? Well, that question pretty much answered itself right in those minutes after the match. Sampaoli was like, I had nothing to do with this. This was all on them. I'm going to go. This is their moment. Let them have it.
Well, Rachel, I know you're not a big fan of Argentina, so...
I don't give a damn how France has been playing. Argentina is not going to beat them. They are going to go out in the first round. If they will let me be happy, they'll go out in the first round. So, save that tweet that I posted today about Argentina going out in the first round, folks.
Honestly, I think that's... I totally get you with, we talked about Messi hanging his head and letting this pressure get to him and
Quit
all
crying.
this. But hey, he went out there, he scored a heck of a goal to set the team out right. I think that Sampaoli made some right decisions with putting Pavone in when he did. Higuain, once again, showing he's the best Chris Wondolowski there is when it comes to the national team, just absolutely blowing chances, man. But, and Di Maria, I don't know what the hell was going on with him, but he just couldn't hit. He could not set a foot right all game. And despite that, Marcos Rojo, who, hasn't had the best year, comes out with a strike out of nowhere. I think it's fair on the no penalty call for Nigeria. I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, oh, well, you just gifted one to Argentina and all that stuff. But honestly, it was definitely didn't feel intentional there. It was a head to arm kind of thing.
Yeah, that was like ball to hand. And then, yeah, that one is just like, oh, come on. It really, with that situation.
It didn't feel like his arm was extended on purpose.
No, you're not like a chicken wing situation like in Croatia, Iceland. That was just, yeah, you could technically say, oh, it was an unnatural position, but with the body's mechanics the way they were, I could say, yeah, if I'm up in the air like that going around, I would probably put my hand like that.
I feel like there's a phrasing in there somewhere.
Eric.
Maybe. It's 50-50. You'd have to go to VAR on that one.
World Cup joke of the tournament.
VAR didn't find that one clear and obvious. So no, you know what? I think it says a lot about Croatia that they went out there with Luka Modric and the B team and they still won. They've had an impressive tournament. One of the most impressive teams. They go out there and blank Argentina. They made Nigeria look bad, and then Nigeria kind of set themselves up right the rest of the two. But Iceland tried, but I just didn't feel like it's not been their tournament at all this time around. They don't attack enough. They only attack when they really, really need to, and I think that burns you. The whole let's try to hold, see what happens. And I think that magic only works so many times.
And the dentist goes back to his office. Rest in peace, Viking Clap.
Well, remember, the dentist goes back to his office only part-time. The keeper can go back and kind of turn this into a TV movie as he's a film and TV director. There's a lot that they can salvage off of this.
I just feel terrible for the Super Eagles. They were so close. So close to making it through. But that's a young team.
Well, again, let's get them together. Let's see what they can do in the African Cup of Nations, and let's cheer them on through qualification and hopefully a hell of a run in 2022.
What a penalty by Victor Moses, though. He just gets up there. No big deal. Just
nothing fancy.
Just
pause
straight
the shoot in
on
the
it.
corner.
Like, it's here. I kick it. Let's get on with the match. All right, we done. We got the goal. Let's go.
And they almost had a few chances to put the fear back in Argentina again. It was so crazy because, of course, where I am, it's very Latino-centric. So, like, everybody's sitting there going, oh, my God, Argentina's going to go out. And then Rowe hits that goal, and it's just like explosion happened. And I'm like,
Messi,
damn.
Yeah, that happened. Messi jumps on his back, and it's just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Messi was super, super happy after, the day after he turned 31 to get that big win to go on. And I mean, hey, I know Rachel's saying this is, Argentina's going to go out, but hey, that's all it takes sometimes is that one time where you go, okay, we were given a lifeline, we took it, we won the game we needed to win. Now it's open season. Now we start all over again. Now we just got to beat whoever's in front of us. And right now that's France. And I do think France need to be careful.
They need to be careful, but Argentina needs to be very careful in picking their lineup and how they're going to attack them.
I do think maybe you just stick with the same lineup you had. That would seem to work pretty well for them in this game. Sometimes there's a danger in picking the same lineup twice, but
you don't see Juan Carlos Osorio picking the same lineup twice.
He only made one change. That's for him making one change. That's a miracle, man. Like, and now he's in a game where he only really has to get a draw, but Sweden only really has to get one goal and then puts things into some turbulence there. So, and you have to expect Germany's going to go do the business against South Korea, but stranger things have happened. I still would expect it to come down. But can you imagine all this stuff about Juan Carlos Osorio, let's rah around him, and then they get to this final game and they still get eliminated? That'd be nuts.
Everybody goes from cheerleading Juan Carlos Osorio to basically running throughout cities in Russia with pitchforks and torches, calling for his head on a stick. I think it would be fun to watch.
Yeah, that's why I don't think he'll make too many changes, because I think that's going to be the number one thing people are going to talk about. If Mexico comes out there with a bunch of changes and then Sweden goes and scores a couple of goals, good Lord. Could you imagine? That's all they're going to say. Oh, it's Juan Carlos Osorio's fault. Like, oh my God, fire him now. U.S. men's national team, you can have him, whatever, That's going to be a refrain. I think also Brazil, not a total done deal. Serbia has played really well in this tournament. And I think, Neymar and everybody needs to be very careful. They could wind up being eliminated too. So.
That would be weird.
That would certainly be weird, but talk about a shock.
Mm-hmm.
And the way Switzerland has been, Costa Rica, I don't think they're going to change much, so you'd expect Switzerland to do their thing and probably win, even if it's 1-0 or something.
And let Fox not obsess about certain camera angles again, please.
Yeah, let's not. Let's not focus on Shaqiri's business.
Let's just focus on Jan Sommer, because he's really pretty. A girl can dream, Sean.
I'm going to have to take Rachel's word for that one.
Look, I'm not. Do you see me stopping you? We've had chats. I told you. I just need to help you organize certain logistics. There is no judgment here.
You go
Thank
for
you,
it,
Eric.
Rachel. You go for it.
Thank you, guys.
Let us know if you get that call.
Vader, call me.
Again, do you not want to see a woman get 47 grand in a lifetime supply of Whoppers?
You know, I thought this whole thing out too, because not only would I get 47 grand and a lifetime supply of Whoppers, have the kid charge a shit ton of child support. Boom,
Oh my
I'm
God.
set.
See? You see?
I'm a genius. I'm a freaking genius.
These are the logistics I'm talking about. Rachel gets it.
Damn, Fader, get that prenup ready, man. Get it ready.
Shush, Sean.
Look, Fedor, don't worry about a prenup. Nothing's gonna go wrong. And have you heard of a little place called Hartford, Connecticut? Very beautiful, especially in the spring. And you get to be on a very well-known television show to boot. Free airfare.
Oh, Lord. Okay, I don't know where I can go from here, but honestly, should be some fun games tomorrow, as well as on Thursday with the Group G and H matches, but all eyes are going to be on Mexico in the morning, and then many eyes are going to be on Brazil in the later game as well. You know, those German fans are going to be hoping for the best as well. Man, lots to look forward to with tomorrow's games. I think that's going to do it for us here, though. Now we know some of the matchups. The other half of the bracket needs to get made, and we'll get more teams added, 4 more teams added to that after the day is done. We'll be back tomorrow to discuss everything that happened with Mexico, Brazil, Germany, Sweden, Serbia, whatever, whoever else is playing. We'll cover it all. And until then, if you like what you heard here, soccer to the max. If somebody knows Fedor's number, let Rachel know. She can maybe make a call herself.
Hit me up.
And, for anyone that's out there in Hartford, Connecticut, let us know how that weather is. That would also work out for Eric as well.
Look, I don't mind sitting in an audience chanting, Maury, Maury, Maury. I would be there for emotional support. I'm fine with that.
Until Eric finds out he's on the show.
Hey.
Damn.
Hey. That's why I have certain age limits in certain situations. Oh, thank God for older women.
Eric, you are not the father.
I am so young.
Wait, have you watched much Maury, Rachel?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm more of a Jerry Springer gal, but...
He finally got canceled.
He's going off the air, so...
Yeah, I guess I gotta switch over.
Yeah, besides, this is Jerry Springer now. This is an OG Jerry Springer from back in the 90s when it was really good.
Well, let's end this before we just give Maury's way too much free airtime here. But
hey, he worked in DC. You know, he was around for some very important NFL games. Come on now.
I feel like he was a fan of RFK.
oh God.
So actually, he and his dad were kind of more Camden Yards-ish. Also Yankee Stadium, but that's a different story for a different day.
I had to slip in RFK. It's been too long.
It's damn it, Ben. I'm not bitter.
And that's why Ben's not at the World Cup. Sean, take it away.
That's exactly why he's not at the World Cup. Because Ben sucks. All right, let's close this thing. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
Peace.
Call me Fader.